Hello, I am reviewing The Secret chapter by chapter, and today we are covering chapter 8, The Secret to the World. I believe the message in this book is fantastic. You do not have time to read the entire book, so I'm just going to give you the quick scoop. Here we go. Welcome to the Executive Mom Show. Today's chapter 8, I've got 7 key takeaways that I found helpful to The Secret to the World. Okay, so we've gone small with all these chapters, and now we're going real big to the entire world. So key point number 1, we've created a world where we fight against the things that we don't want. So, fighting cancer, fighting war, fighting drugs. According to The Secret and what you're focusing on is actually going to create more of that. So just be thoughtful. Maybe instead of, doing a protest against, the inclusion efforts, why don't we, an inclusion march would be fantastic. That would be helpful. What's not helpful is if you're protesting against, like if there's a war or something, because that creates more attention for the war. So it's just an interesting, different mindset than what we've thought about before. And I think Mother Teresa, this was in the book, she intuitively knew this somehow. And she said she will not go to a protest against a war, for example, but if there's a peace march, she'll do that. So just thinking about focusing on what we do want and spending your efforts there, not fighting and protesting what we don't want, because that actually adds more attention to that negative. So just an interesting mindset there. Key point number 2, what you resist will persist because you're focused on it and you're really focused on it with emotion. So an example that I can relate to is if you've had an issue with someone or something didn't go the way you wanted it to, and you're kind of resisting forgiving them, it doesn't go away and it still bothers you. And in fact, it gets worse. It continues to get worse and you maybe stew on it. So don't resist. Whatever you're resisting, know that it's going to persist, and think of how can you let it go. Maybe just be the bigger person and say, I'm sorry. Or I made a mistake, or I'd really like to move on. How are you feeling? Just be the bigger person. Take that first move and don't resist it. And if they don't accept your apology or they don't want to move forward, that's on them, but you can let it go. Remember this whole spotlight effect. You are the main character in your movie, and you can always, it's never too late to do the right thing. You can do the right thing and let it go. And if they don't let it go, that's up to them. They can resist and it will persist for them. Tip 3, you can't help the world by focusing on the negative things. When you focus on the negative events, you not only add to them, but you bring more negative things into your own life. This is related into number 1, but this is taking it more to you specifically. So really think about when there's the news, man. The news is just such a bummer and there's terrible things happening. But if something comes in your mind that you see on the news where you're thinking, oh, we want less crime, don't focus on the crime. Figure out if you wanted to do something about it. How can we bring more people money so that they don't have to steal, right? Think of the positive efforts that you can do and focus on those to help impact the negative outcomes that are happening. Number 4. Instead of focusing on the world problems, as we tend to do, because there's so many, give your attention and energy to trust, love, abundance, education, and peace. The one I focus on the most is education because I feel that has helped me the most. I am a lifelong learner, and the more I know, the more I can do and the better I can be and the more people I can help. So education is one that has spoken to me, but figure out maybe love. Maybe you love children. There are some people who just really love children, and they will volunteer in the school classrooms, or they will volunteer at recess time. Figure out what's going to bring you energy in some of those positive areas. If you're great, if you're great at earning money, share it. How did you earn all of your money? Share it with other people so other people can have the abundance as well. There is enough for everyone. We just need to know how to do it. So think about how you can share those things. And related to that is number 5, your life is meant to be abundant. We will never run out of good things. There is more than enough to go around for everyone. Right now, some people have more than others, and there is enough for everyone to go around. Have that mindset and know that there is enough for you, and there is enough for your sister and your brother and your friends. We do not need to be competing with each other. We need to be helping each other. There is room for everyone. Number 6, you have the ability to tap into unlimited supply through your thoughts and feelings, and then bring it into your experience. So if we bring it back down to you, there's this unlimited supply of wealth, success, happiness. It could be free, depends on what brings you happiness, but your happiness could be free, and there is enough of it out there for you. You just need to bring it into your experience and get really clear on how that's going to work for you and how you can bring it in and make that part of your reality. Number 7, this is the last one. This is my favorite one. Align yourself with the highest frequency, which is love, which will dissolve negativity. So if there is something or someone that you love, just go for it. Go all in. And it should be really rewarding for you, whether it's your spouse or it's your kids or your mom or your dad, your family. Just go all in, because that really nice feeling of love. I'm kind of thinking about it right now, and I just got like warm. It is summer, but it's really early morning, so it's not warm yet. But it just made me feel kind of warm all over. And that, just remember love. And I mentioned this in one of the other videos, but for people who have had those near death experiences, the main thing that flashes through their mind is, do I love? Do I love enough? And also the other one is, do I matter? So you don't need to have a near death experience to think about that now. You can actually believe, yes, that is important when you're on your deathbed. Let's do it now, so it's never too late. So in order to have this secret to the world is a wonderful place, but it will burn your face. So this is the best, the very best sunscreen for women. Men can use it too. My husband uses it as well. This is kreaugh. This is SPF 30. I also have an SPF 50. Sunscreen is so tricky because when you put it on your face, it can leave grease and it can leave white stuff, and then you want to put your makeup on, and then the makeup like gets all crazy. I have tried hundreds, probably, well, I shouldn't say hundreds, that is exaggerating. I have tried 25. I have tried 25 different face sunscreens, and this was recommended by my esthetician, who is very picky, and it's all the things, it's vegan, and it is a mix between physical sunscreen and chemical sunscreen, because the physical is like the zinc, I believe, which that does leave your face white. So you've got to have a little mix of the chemical so that it actually rubs in. I'm just going to show you how this doesn't leave. So if we I'm just going to take a tiny, tiny bit. It just rubs in so perfectly. And it does give you it kind of leaves a nice, like, it's not greasy, but it kind of leaves a nice little, it looks nice, completely rubs in, so easy. I have kids sunscreen. I use this on my kids as well because I know it's very expensive, but the kids sunscreen, you put it on their face and they've got like a complete white face and they just look nuts. And I don't have time to sit there and rub it in for 20 minutes because the kids never want you to put sunscreen on their face. So this, you can slap it on them and it looks fantastic and it's not too much effort. So I highly recommend this kreaugh. I will link it below. I use this every single day. This one is cucumber. It smells lovely and fresh. I just enjoy it every time I put it on. So I hope you enjoy this as well and have a fantastic day.